All right, so I need to try to explain about this Satan system. Like, I need to explain try to show you what's going on. I already told you about the eagle, all that stuff. We had a serpent, and then it got replaced with eagle because them birds, they count the serpent as a snake, even though the serpent's like more like a what they draw as dragons. But they have a bird because bird is snake. So that's why anywhere you see that bird, including angel wings, they're showing you that the land's been conquered, right? And this ain't a shot at the Marines. I was in the military. I wasn't a Marine though, but I definitely was in the military, active duty. That's all I'm saying. But discharged honorably. Like, hey, just throwing that out there too. But I told you before that they said that if you read the book, it says that this is Satan's kingdom. This is going to be given to Satan. This is a prison for Satan to trap for Satan so Satan can't get out. A lot of people is confused. They think Satan's somewhere else and they don't know who Satan is. And let me try to explain. Everything is dualism. Everything's duality. Everything spirals up or down. That's dualism. Left or right, that's dualism. Man or woman, that's dualism. Red or blue, that's dualism. That's how everything works. Zeros or ones, that's dualism. That's how everything works. Forget everything you know. That's how it works. If you have a warm season up here, you have a cold season down there, South America, North America. Dualism. Big and small. That's dualism. Small, we got the mountain lion. Africa, they got the big lion. That's dualism. If you got an angel, you got a demon. That's dualism. So you got agreeable, you got disagreeable. That's dualism. So even amongst so-called black people, this is what people's not getting. There's agreeable and disagreeable. Always have been. I said in the last video, we never got along. It's the way it goes. And there's all these people preaching that we should be getting along and we just got to keep it real simple and do this and that. They have a lot to still awaken up to. Right now, they have watchers. Like, people know what the watcher is. They show in some cartoons now, like the What If Marvel show. That's a watcher in there that's watching. Then you got the biblical stories that say some of the watchers came down, had sex with some of the women of Earth, made Nephilim giant children, right? But there was agreeable, disagreeable with them too. There was some that liked the so-called humans. There was some that didn't. Some that just wanted them just to work in the caves. That's what they were created for. And it was forbidden to reproduce with them. They were considered an abomination. Right? Others saw, others loved them. Others saw their children in them. Like, they really respected their children. They saw themselves in the children. So another name for the Watchers is Anunnakis or Anunnagas, the niggas, the Nagas. But right now, if you understand what I'm saying about that big small, that is dualism too. Up down, that's dualism. But the big small, right now, Satan's got the biggest army ever. I'm talking about rows and 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 rows of people. They all serve Satan. In the Matrix, everybody was turning into Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith was turning every single person into a copy of him. He made all these people in his image. And then eventually the whole planet, except for a few people who were Mr. Smith. That's what's really going on. Like everybody's asleep. So everybody is a Mr. Smith right now. They're an agent. They don't think they is. It's only a few. It's more than a handful, but it just seems like that compared to what you call Satan's army, the other army, the opposite. You got the agreeable and disagreeables. The other side is very, very small, very, very small. It seems like it's possible to win. Like if we went to battle against the army right now, that army, not the army, not the military. I'm just talking about Satan's army. If we went to war against Satan's army, there's only a few of us. When I say us, I'm not talking about me. But the catch is, those small few are more like Superman. They is Superman, the Serpent Man, the one that comes from the pyramid, super strong. You can take out a whole army by themselves. That's how you make it equal. But this ain't, to be honest, they not here for war. They got trapped here. They got to get out. Everybody's trying to get out. This planet's finished. People going to the 5D, people staying in 3D. When I say the planet finished, like I was saying in the other videos, it's about to be Mad Max out here. A complete wasteland. People fighting for the wasteland. Nothing's going to be growing. The water's going to be dried up or dirty, or recycled dirty water. People's going to be in the caves. And not the caves, in the bunkers. Just like the caves again. You sure you want to be here? All the animals are going to be checked out. It's only But like I said, this is a prison. Like, people had a chance. People had a chance to save the planet. It's too late now. It's been too late. It's been too late for the last 20, 30 years. Gregorian time. One day in space is 1,000 years here. That time is up. Yeah, for them, it was just an experiment, and for them, it's only hasn't even been that long. They've been watching. Hasn't been that long. For you, it's been a long time. It seems like time's moving very slow, but we at that point. It's time. I use the Marines because there's only a few of these other people that I'm talking about. The other side is big, small. You got a big group, you got a small group. But the small group is the strong group. Physically strong. Spiritually strong. The other side just a massive amount of group. They can just keep throwing. They can throw people at you nonstop. Bah, bah, bah. But if you Superman, you could take it. Everybody has a potential, like, to leave. But people want to stay. Like, you're in Satan's system. You wake up in the morning, like when I was talking about the Prince of Air, the airways. I have a video. He owns the airways. Anything that has air in it, the Air Force, like anything to do with communications, anything to do with electronics, anything to do with the media. Like you can't be. How you gonna be a billionaire? How you gonna be a billionaire without selling out at least a little part of your own self? You can't make it in Satan's system. It's Satan's system. People think they're going to go in the system and change it. Yeah, good luck. You might be able to bring a little bit of good out. Yeah. There is people that went in the system and brought some good in there. And there's also other people that they're the richest amongst all the people that look like them. And they want you to praise them as if they're smart. But they're actually against you. That's the disagreeable. They will sacrifice all of you for them, just so they can have these earthly riches. You can't take none of these riches with you. But the difference with those people, those particular ones, the ones that are the richest of the richest amongst that look like you, they're not leaving. This is their prison. They're part of the other group. They are staying. They know it. Some wants to pretend like, oh, we're getting closer, so some want to flip-flop. Oh, forgive me. Take me back. Like, We nah. You took all them riches. You watched all your brothers and sisters be massacred. You kept telling them to keep shooting themselves. You kept talking all that stuff. Didn't talk about how the food's being poisoned or how the children are being trafficked, kidnapped, or eaten. He didn't talk about none of that stuff. You talked about liquor, getting more women. Didn't even care about the ages. Didn't care about none of that stuff. There's no heaven for you. This is your heaven. So buy all your yachts and all that stuff before the big solar flares happen and all your electronics are useless. Enjoy it. For this is your heaven. For hell is your eternity. There will be another opportunity for everybody that got tricked to get on out of here. For the people that moved on, it's going to be like a couple days. People down here, it's going to feel like an eternity, like 300,000 years, 400,000 years, just recycling. Different lifetimes in a wasteland. In a true hell, but not Helios. Hell is really cold. Hell for them is hot, fire. Hell for us is cold, death. They like death. And then you got half our people too. They part of that group too. There's always been two sides. There's two sides to the checkerboard. There's two sides to everything. It's a war. But this is Satan's kingdom. This is the side where Satan rules. we gotta get to the other side. But there's only a few from each nation. It don't matter which skin color they are. If they right, they right. It's only a few. This is over. They know. Where do you think they got the idea of Superman from? The guy that absorbs the sun and gets stronger? Come on. These are real stories. Yeah, they just put their face on it. And imagine, like, you could have the armies the size of the United States, England, France, China, Russia, all of Africa, the whole world. You put them all together. If you got 10 Supermans, is it really exactly fair? That's what's really about to happen. But it's not for war. It's to get some of the people out, and that's it. We are souls. We have connection. Space is water. That's mama. We come from darkness. That's mama. The light, the only light that's good is the sun. These people talking about they're light workers because they're light skinned. That's it. They are the devils, just the bad ones. They're the ones who control the media. They control the media. They control the radio. That's them. So if you go to put your music out on the radio stations, even if you're independent, you have to go through a distribution, which they still own. Universal Music Group, they own it all. So they technically own all the music. You put your music on YouTube. Who owns YouTube? You want to sell some of your product. You go through the Google Play Store or the Apple Store or sell on Amazon. You going through all the networks that these people own for a reason, because they that's how you get the money. That's Satan's system. So you have to sell out. There's no way around it. You can't do that down here. This is all Satan's system. Read the book. The book told you where you at. You don't want to believe where you at. You in hell. Yeah. We almost at that time at no return. By 2030, people's not gonna be able to deny any of this stuff anymore. By 2025, they're gonna be begging for things to go back to how it was. They just, you got people on here that just keep destroying the planet. You want to stay with those type of people? Or they destroy everything. They have no compassion, no heart. They only care about taking down a so-called black person when it's convenient to them. They let them get a bunch of money, and then they always take them down. That's how they do. And they don't take down their own people. Like, look at the Epstein. They took Epstein down, but they didn't care about anybody that went to the island. Nobody. They still have. It's been years. They locked up his woman. I don't know if they were actually married, but she was in charge. They locked her up. They still haven't locked up none of the other people. But they want to connect. They want to connect Trump to it. That's the only name they want to connect to it. That's just dumb. Or they might say like don't get this twisted. I'm not defending Puffy or R. Kelly. No. They deserve something. Maybe not exactly the sentence that was given, but they deserve something. They're not innocent, and you leave them children alone. That should be a death sentence already in itself, to be honest. But my thing is, the system lets you get so high. The system knew what they were doing the whole time. They knew for like 20 years. They were partying with a bunch of people that do that stuff. They just let it happen. And then one day, they said when like the Jay-Z's and the Puffies, and they think they weigh their heads too big. That's when Satan reminds them, knocks them down a little bit, and that's when they come running back. Puffy comes running back. We black excellence. We this. We need to stick together. We need to be one. Nah, we not one. We never was one. There's always two teams. It always has been. It always will be. It is what it is. Some of y'all not going. Some of y'all sixes. We nines. It's about to be on. If you can't see it, if you didn't see it kick off, start in. When you in December 2019, that's when it kicked off. 2020 for 2020 vision. But everybody's expecting for that one day, But like that's why there's no more money, there's no more nothing. Everybody don't even want U.S. dollars all around the world. Nobody wants U.S. dollars. So if nobody wants U.S. dollars, the only thing left is war. They're about to go fight each other left and right. I hope you don't get caught up in that. If you one of mine or one of me or just like me, that's not our fight. Our fight is just our own people.